Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Sony model number ICF-2010, the mighty shortwave radio, the king, yes. We're going to perform an evening medium wave band scan. I'm going to go over features of this fine shortwave radio. We're going to do a little size comparison. Then we're going to start cruising the evening band. So here it is, this Sony ICF-2010 has a lot of bands, as you can see: air, FM, long wave, medium wave, shortwave, single sideband, synchronous detection, everything you'd want in a radio, timers, presets, all from the 80s, which is amazing. So let's go look on this left-hand side here, see what we got. All right, let me bring it up without hitting the camera. We have a spot for a carry strap. We have external antenna jacks, AM. This is for shortwave, medium wave, and long wave. We have air and FM antenna jack. We have a DX local switch. We have a tape, looks like interface, tape deck interface, headphone jack, a DC input of 4.5 volts. You notice the polarity is opposite. Sleeve is positive, while the center pole is negative. Main power switch. I'm going to set this down now. We have quite a bit to go over the front. Yeah, it takes a while. Here we have a 4-inch speaker. Sounds pretty good for talk radio. Loving it. Here we have an off, on, and timer power switch. When it's the off position, you can hit sleep to start the radio. Of course, on turns the radio on. And timer accesses your 4 programmable timers. It's a pretty neat setup. Here we have a clock. It can be 24-hour clock or AM, PM. Right now I set on PM. Current time is 10:12 PM Central Standard Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois, for reference. Up here is a shortwave band chart, some band coverage here. So I can bring this up here without smacking the tripod. You guys can see that. Some of that coverage might be outdated, I'm not sure. I would say it's pretty relevant still. Over here, we have a really cool segmented LED display for our signal strength indicator, 1 through 10. And of course, it's a battery level too. You can check your battery level. Here we have synchronous mode, upper and lower. It's a neat setup. I love it. For buttons, yeah, we got a lot of buttons. We'll go over them real quickly. You saw the sleep button, your programmable timer buttons. Here we have airband, quick airband, FM, AM band. AM band starts at long wave all the way up to the top of shortwave. A wide filter, narrow filter, synchronous detection, upper sideband, lower sideband with CW. Nice setup there. Over here we have a few buttons. Set the time. This is the battery check I was talking about. Here's an enter button. Enter, you press and hold this, and you're in favorite station, and you select which area you want to put a preset. If you notice, you have A, B, C, D, and a grid 1 through 8. So you have 4 rows of 8 on presets, which is really nice. I pretty much dedicated like top row to medium wave, B is shortwave, I think C is FM, and D I think went with airwave, kind of, airband, excuse me. It's pretty neat. Now if you look here, you have a shift button, and you'll see a bunch of blue lettering. That's secondary functions for those keys, and you can see what they do, different ways to scan. Medium wave, you can change from 9K to 10K, your clock format, shortwave meter bands, quick access to, and for the bands for scanning purposes, and custom definitions for scans, as you see there, L1, L2. You can save say you want to search between 7 megahertz and 8 megahertz. You put 7 here and 8 here, and you do a special scan, and it'll scan just that part of the band, which is really nice. Loving that setup. Over here we have a direct entry keypad, so you can direct enter frequencies. That's the best. Use it all the time. A tuning wheel, very smooth. I like this. You could tune it here, but I don't know why you would. You want to go by the side. It has a nice little finger well there. Here is the switch for tuning. You have fast, slow, and stop. Now fast on medium wave is 1 kilohertz, and slow is 100 hertz, which is 1/10. So it's amazing how fine tuning you can get on medium wave, and of course lockout. So I'm gonna keep it on fast. Volume slider, yeah, these are okay. This one actually works okay. I'm not a super fan, but this one seems pretty well made. Going to the right hand side of the radio, we have AM RF gain. It says max. I have it on max right now because if I start moving it around, it needs some cleaning. I cleaned it a little bit. I wasn't getting full gain, so now I'm a little on the high side on the gain. So if it's a little distorted, it might be like it's too high. If I start messing with it, then I start losing some of the gain that I would get otherwise. But it's an older radio. I may have to look for parts in the future. Tone control, news, low, high, nice. Here's our tuning wheel. There's a cool setup. There's that well I was telling you about. Top of the radio, we have a long antenna, extended. It's 4 foot. Gotta love that. We're almost through. Going over features, let's go to the back. All right, it's hard to pick up this radio without the stand popping out. So this is a stand, flip out stand so it can prop up. Here's another spot, a metal attachment point for that carry strap that I don't have. Here is a world time chart and some Sony information there. I don't know if I can get that into focus, if you guys can see that. It runs on 3D cell batteries for the main radio and 2 AA's for the computer memory. Made in Japan. And here's this little slide out tray. I can never get this to come out. I wonder if I have to do something special. There we go. And here you would have a piece of paper with your memo for the presets. I don't have any of those either, but that's pretty cool that was included. All right, let's snap that back into place. There we go. All right, invented case. So let's go ahead and do some size comparison. Start cruising the evening band because this thing is a beast. And hopefully I can show off some of the features of synchronous detection too. It's pretty neat. Okay, so first up we have CC Pocket. Fits right where that 4-inch speaker is, of course. Next we have CC Skywave. It's a baby. Yeah, no, this thing's a dream to tune, by the way, guys. I love it. Really nice to get on station really quickly. And you got Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Sony radios made in Japan. He's Iron Man. Okay, it's a theme song. All right, so there we are. That's sort of this theme song. Let me go ahead and turn the radio on. I have a passive loop, a Terk Advantage, sitting off to my left here on a chair. I'll bring it up to the table if we need it. I don't think so, though, for evening. Daytime, it helped quite a bit. We'll see how it goes at nighttime here. So let's turn this on. Oh, jamming. Okay, I can't hover on the Indian music. Wish I could, but it's copyrighted too. So we're pulling about a 7 or 8. This is pretty strong for 530. This is CHLO Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles, 250 watts. That's pretty awesome. Okay, this is 540. Turn it. Most people know that when you're doing medium wave scans that there's an internal antenna. This one has a 6-inch one, and its horizontal plane is this way. And you point that horizontal area to wherever the station is located. In my case, this is located to the north. That's to the west. So I'm pointing it to the north to get better reception. This is 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. It's 70 miles away, 400 watts. So this is Monday Night Football, I think. Turn this way. Oh, we're getting a different station. Okay, they're playing music now. I don't know if this is CBK, Watrous, Saskatchewan playing music. It'll be 1,025 miles. It's usually the only station I get this way. We can put on synchronous detect. I'll show you that. Go to low. You can see we're on lower sideband for the sync. So that can help with fading signals and, of course, adjacent stations that are interrupting a faint station. Great feature to have. Loving it. Okay, keep tuning. Oh, go fast.
It was why we fight.
550's guys talking here is KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri. 275 miles, 5,000 watts.
Inside of the U.S. Constitution, America first. Can I
my bedtime ritual is after I say my prayers.
Here's 560 WIND Chicago. As you can see, we're on 9 out of 10, I think, on it. Yeah.
And I listen to a book on tape. Right now, it's Matthew McConaughey's autobiography. It is fabulous. Wow, I'm going to show you a
Two stations intermixing here. We have Nebraska, KXSP, and Kalamazoo, Michigan, WKZO. Okay, we said Steelers. This is Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles, 5,000 watts.
Mike Tomlin would have been run. The New Orleans Saints operated that way. Sean Payton would have been fired. I mean, we can go on down the list, especially those two organizations.
Let's see if this makes a difference on sync.
The ultimate virtue. If I'm the Eagles, I'm not blowing up Doug Peterson. I'm not blowing up High Rosemary. They've had 11 different offensive line combinations. The quarterback needs to completely reset, but I'm not getting rid of those two guys after one just horrific year. I'm not going to do it. These Andrew Simmons and Freddie Coleman and Freddie and Simmons present about Progressive Insurance and ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. We go back to Doug Peterson.
Okay, let's keep going.
It really begins to build. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. And so the problem is when you're
600 WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
you freak out and go, I'm gonna miss
175 miles, 5,000 watts.
and so the match is like a big emotional thing. Listen, I don't.
Josh Allen is a dominant quarterback, right? They get enough rushing between Singletary and Allen, and there's enough weapons where he can't just...
Here's KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles, 5,000 watts.
They are really, really difficult to defend. They have the
Someone's life in the process. Visit an Adam member dealer. For a list of participating dealers near you, visit adamm.com.
Doesn't it seem like you never...
It's a pretty long radio. If I don't move it right, it'll smack the tripod. 620, this is WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 52 miles away, 10,000 watts.
And at prices I love. W's women's clothing and accessories for far less than you thought. At St. Vincent of Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and
Okay, we're just picking up some music here on CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts.
Just thought I ought to tell you it's the least that I can do.
Okay, so 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles, coming in super strong. You look at that strength indicator, it's steady. It's pretty nice.
Listen, then when she lets take her back to school.
Each, and they lost in the wild card game. Remember, they had Texans. Remember, they should have had that. They couldn't find ways to finish and get in the end zone, and then Superman Deshaun Watson was able to pull it out late in that game. But it just
This
feels
is 660 WFAN, New York, New York, home of the Yankees, 750 miles.
even though they got a tough schedule down the stretch, they're going to finish a little bit better.
Bills have 3, but Buffalo leads the East with a 9-3 record, the number 3 team right now in the AFC. And of course, as we mentioned a couple times, but just
Here's 670 The Score, WCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs. As you can tell, we hit 10 local stations, max it out, of course.
lead over the Miami Dolphins. 10-point win here in Glendale, Arizona for the Buffalo.
Sunday, 1 p.m., limited tickets, Bengals.com.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money?
Here's 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio. And this is 300 miles.
At
at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150.
So you got narrow. It's very narrow.
Thousands in interest every year.
Okay, she turns 59 and a half, I think in February, which then accesses her, close to over 600,000.
WOR, New York, New York. On 710. This is 750 miles.
WGN20. That's WGNCBD.com. Use promo code WGN20 for 20% off. There's no place like home, especially.
So there you go. You got their slogan and the call letters. WGN Chicago.
From Alarm Monitoring Incorporated. For 50 years,
Super
AMI
strong.
has been keeping Chicagoland homeowners safe from intruders.
Here we are, Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Always a joy to listen to.
Over my career, I've worked hundreds and hundreds of, felonies, drug cases.
WSB 750, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
Had half of the evidence that has come about in these voter fraud.
Yeah, Dr. Monk, wonderful. I've called before, but I've never talked to you, and I keep it.
760 WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
So much from you. You are wonderful. I have many years in the military. Thank you for bringing up Pearl Harbor today. You're the first one I've heard do that.
Jay, I'm not going anywhere. The monologues.
But you're curious about the larger context here. Here we are in a large city, but we're near enough to the front lines so that we can attack again. There's a ceasefire now.
Here's WABC, New York, New York, 750 miles.
What he needs here. I'm John Batchelor. I'm on the road to Baku, but in this case, I'm on the road to Ganja.
Clouds tomorrow with a few sunny breaks, a high of 41 for Wednesday. A good deal of sunshine, upper 40s. Thursday, sunny to partly.
WBBM News Radio, Chicago.
On Thursday, the normal high this time of year is 37. We have 37 now at O'Hare, Midway 38.
Protect yourself and your family this holiday season. Visit ontario.ca/celebrate safely to learn more. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Let AM 800 keep you informed and AM 580 keep you smiling. If you're looking for the music of the legendary Big 8, head down the dial to hear the greatest hits of all time. Loser's legendary Big 8 lives on AM 580.
Through this challenging time, Milady Funeral Home is continuing to help families with caring.
Okay, that's kind of cool. We got an advertisement for $5.80. I'll have to look that up and see if that's a thing I could put here for Ontario. I don't think I have that on my list. Even though I know this station here is 800 CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, 270 miles, but they did advertise $5.80. Being a music station, that's cool. Let's see what that's about.
1500 for more information.
They're launching a new product, but don't even know what questions to ask.
810 WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles. I'm going to go a little quicker.
No matter the size of your business, research Raccoon.
Questions about decks or decking. Luke Panic from Linda's Construction is the deck expert. He'll be joining me Saturday at 9 a.m. on the Home Improvement
WCCO,
We'll be taking all your
Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
Saturdays 9 a.m. here on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Here's your forecast on News Talk 830 WCCO.
I currently in the inner circle when it comes to national security policy.
ABC's Louis Martinez. The White House hosting a COVID-19 vaccine.
Here's 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. Ground zero right now, and then at 12 a.m. to 4 AM is coast to coast.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has certified the state's results of
good shape. Nothing to report there. I-70 have that construction that's kind of going back and forth, east and westbound between I-25 and 270. Certainly not causing too much of a delay. If you see one at all, you might see a brake light or two. Everything else looks good. We do see a little bit of a problem up north of town at Federal and 120.
This is KOA News Radio, Denver, Colorado. 890 miles.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather tonight. It's going to be clear and a low of 30. Tomorrow's sunny and 63. Currently 40 degrees. I'm Darren Copeland on KOA News Radio, live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
Tomorrow on Colorado's Morning News.
It's Colorado Gives Day. We'll talk with some local
électro et la chanson. Donc, et aussi, il y a une optique un peu mondialiste, c'est-à-dire qu'on s'intéresse à des musiques qui sont mal distribuées,
Here's 860 CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
Enfin donc, c'est un genre de melting pot de qualité, mais aussi...
make choosing the right read easy. Even smart models that can spot a leak before it happens. Water heaters have come a long way. You don't have to. Go to HomeDepot.com to find the latest Rheem water heaters.
It's coming in pretty good. WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles.
And now another edition of Obvious News from Geico. A study says that soft talkers do not make great radio personalities. We asked local librarian Steve Sage about this, and here's what he said.
Team takes home. Fauci hopes conditions look better by September. At the governor's office in Midtown, Peter Haskell, WCBS News Radio, 180.
In New Jersey, Governor Murphy has no plans to...
There you go. You got the call letters. Signal frequency, 880 WCBS, New York, New York. 750 miles.
Not on the table in New Jersey, says Governor Murphy. If we saw Kings at Casino Queen Sportsbook has endless ways for you to bet. Download the top-rated DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportsbook app now and use promo code.
Here's 890 WLS, Chicago.
That's code WLS to get a deposit bonus of up to $1,000. U.S. District Judge Linda Parker of the Eastern District of Michigan said the allegations of fraud were based on
910, I think, is WFDF, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles, 25,000 watts.
once you got to a legend, that ballot
reverse chronic insomnia. The problem is that it's seldom available to people.
How does it work?
It's hard to describe in
990 is CBW. That's Winnipeg, Manitoba. 675 miles.
Like she's, following all the recommendations about,
When you use code Dan at HelloFresh.com.
Don Lebitard. I am always on the wrong side of cool. Stugatz.
1000 WMVP, Chicago. ESPN.
Me or you?
That's me. This is the Don Lebitard Show with the Stugatz on ESPN.
It's not working, and let's find out what is going to work, which in my view is a fully coordinated effort. This is not something that
CFRB, Toronto, Ontario.
regions that were impacted, they should have an input.
Graham Weinstein on the Washington Football Network, and that was a play and part of Washington's win over Pittsburgh and halting their
Here we go. 1020 is KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles. It's a Sony. Still got the original sticker. Love it.
The Baltimore Ravens take on the Dallas Cowboys. What's your read on Baltimore?
You think that when we talk about people who have died every day, that would get people's attention?
Murphy said the state has now hired more than 3,000.
1060 KYW. Just said it. Don't know if I picked it up. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
And Moderna reportedly are declining an invitation to attend a
here on Southern Nights. Before that, you heard from the Collingsworth family with The Lamb. I am Terk Advantage. And if you haven't been over to StadiumNews.com lately,
Biden's coronavirus advisor argues that a 4 to 6 week lockdown would control the pandemic and get the economy back on track.
An opportunity for a reset.
Okay, this is WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
You are listening to Ground Zero. No amount of...
To it, thus saith the Lord, it is written that because that's what Jesus did when he walked this earth, fully God and fully man.
Okay, here we are, KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
After he was baptized in the Jordan.
Okay, we're just picking up WBBR, Bloomberg Radio, from New York, New York.
Access to professional schools and careers or toward residential integration. However, on a number of other measures, the shape of the trend is surprisingly different. And this is something that I pointed out.
This guy talks faster than me.
Like Walter Williams pointed out, Thomas Sowell has pointed this out.
WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
Year on year than it was after the Civil Rights Act year on year in the Black Belt.
We told them over and over. We, gave out mandates.
What is a mask mandate? Washington didn't have a constant, consistent plan.
WHAM, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Now I'm going to go fairly quick up the band to finish this up.
This is really unconscionable, what Romney has done.
John, welcome to Ground Zero.
We'll vote next week on a replacement for Chairman Pai, a Republican, Nathan Symington. And if we get him done
1210 WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
January 20th, and that could forestall billions of dollars worth of economic harm that otherwise the Democrats would try to jam through.
So there's a lot you can find in this part of the band if you take your time. Okay, I'm going to go up to 1510, so we'll direct enter it. WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles.
That's such a key. First of all, we get to the phone and talk to them.
It was important to them, and the more guys that you have like that in your program.
WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
There's so many guys like that we had at Carolina when I was here before.
I mean, if they just say this is unconstitutional, and when the problem is...
KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
Biden still has the 20 electoral vote, so I don't know what...
There's Blue Rodeo where Christmas must be tonight, and all I want for Christmas is you, Lady A. Hey, it's Brian Cox here hanging out. Some great music still to come this hour. The Eagles coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. This is Christmas Canyon. Christmas Station. CKDO.
Okay, I just heard it. You guys probably didn't. A little noise picked in. CKDO, Oshawa, Ontario, 490 miles, 10,000 watts. Cool. CHHA, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. There's a Hispanic station on 1630 now. I don't know if it's KCJJ, like turning it over to them, or if it's a different station. I always wondered this. I never found the ID on this one, I don't think.
As well as they can. And remember, they played the first
week of the year.
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles, 1,000 watts.
You know, beat him down in that game, but obviously they're playing great. A week from tonight, Cleveland and Baltimore, right here on Westwood One. Well, we've been apart for a couple of weeks. Boy, it was sure good to be reunited with you tonight.
Okay, KBGG, 1700, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. It calls the end of this band scan. Yes, awesome. Yeah, the ICF-2010 is an amazing shortwave radio and medium wave receiver. Of course, FM is doable. It's not fantastic. Selectivity is an issue there, but still listenable. Airband is really cool. I wish it had squelch, though. It's one thing that this radio would be neat if it had squelch. That would have been awesome. But otherwise, it uses for medium wave and shortwave. It's all you need it for. If you're buying this radio, you know why you bought it. You're buying it for the big band, the AM band. Covers long wave all the way through shortwave. So definitely awesome. Hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It's awesome radio. It was donated by Shelly out of California. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very generous individual to donate this radio. Very cool radio indeed. Enjoying every bit of it. And of course, if you like Sony radios, you like shortwave radios, you like seeing me do reviews and band scans, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future reviews and band scans. I put a video out every 2 days. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Sony 2010. This is a radio you would actively look for in this day and age, being that it's so old and could possibly need some repair. So let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.